Hey everyone, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel. I don't know why this has become a thing recently in my life. I just don't know. Today I'm going to be sharing my 5 top tips to get you organised for this new school year. Who is excited to go back to school? Me neither, guys. Me neither. But I'm sure we all want to, start back with a bang, hit the ground running, make good progress, have a good year. Yes. And the best way to do that, in my humble opinion, is to be organised. Everything in life is easier when you are organised, especially school, because there is so much paper and so many tests and homework and stuff and subjects and everything, and you gotta remember a lot of stuff. No pressure, but it's difficult, right? So the more organised you are, the easier it's gonna be, and the more likely you are to come out at the other end of this year feeling good, feeling like it wasn't too traumatic, and feeling like, hey, I got a good grade this year. So if you are ready to find out what my top 5 tips are for this new school year, keep on watching. Make sure if you like these kinds of videos that you give it a thumbs up, just like that. And subscribe if you haven't already to become a member of our beautiful Oddball family. But without any further ado, let's get on with the tips. So my first tip is to keep some kind of a diary where you can write everything down. I know that around here, schools will give out homework diaries or homework planners at the start of the year, and you are expected to write down all of your homework in it, all of your tests, all of your assignments, so they're all in one place. If you don't get given one by your school, then I recommend that you go out and you purchase one. You could get an academic diary from somewhere like Wilkinson's for £1, so you don't have to get anything, sparkly fancy. But I would definitely recommend having somewhere where you can write everything down. Then you actually have to write everything down. As your teacher is giving out homework or setting a test, write down the subject, write what it is that the task is that you need to do, and write down when it needs to be done by. Then I recommend keeping all of your information in that one diary rather than having different diaries for different things. So you can keep all of your social engagements in there, upcoming events. If you want to start a budget, then maybe pop in a little sheet or use a sheet at the back to keep everything in that one place. It's a lot easier than having 5 or 6 different diaries and you don't know where anything is. Keep it simple, just use one. My second tip is to plan your time effectively. When you have a lot of things to do, it's very easy to let them get on top of you or to feel like you just don't have enough time to get everything done. That can be very stressful. When you're stressed, you're less likely to actually do anything, and it just builds and builds and builds. I keep a weekly to-do list so I can kind of scan through and see what I'm planning for the entire week, so I know that all of my tasks are spread out and I don't have to do a crazy manic rush to get everything done at the end of the week. Then I have a daily to-do list, which will include obviously whatever I've planned out at the start of the week to do that day, but also menial, boring things that come up that I know that I need to get done at some point during the day, like fold the washing, pop to the shop for milk, just things that come up in the moment that you need to get done that day. That way you're gonna A, make sure that you don't forget anything, and B, make sure that you have enough time to get everything done. My third tip for being organised in school is to colour code the heck out of anything and everything. I'm a big fan of colour coding. My life is colour coded. I'm not ashamed to say it. When I was in school, I liked to have a different colour for every subject, and then I would colour code my timetable so that I wouldn't even have to read it. I could just glance at it and know from the colour what subject I had next. And then I'd highlight all my worksheets in the colour of that subject, cover my books in the colour of that subject, so that I wouldn't even have to look through anything in detail. I would just know pink, that's English, so that must go here. Or blue, that's geography. Okay, I'm gonna need that book tomorrow. It's little things like that that make things a little bit less stressful simple and easier on a day-to-day basis. My fourth tip is to make sure that you have everything going into the school year that you will need. Most schools will have a list of supplies that they will give out, or they'll have like taped up on the wall or something, so that you know exactly what you need to be taking to school every day. At the very least, we can assume you're gonna need pens, pencils, and a ruler. If you want to add in highlighters, maybe you need a protractor or a compass if you're doing maths, you know, I don't know, I'm not there, I'm not in school anymore, who knows. Make sure that you have all that stuff at the start of the year, and make sure that you take it with you, okay? Don't be leaving your pencil case at home, because how are you going to get anything done if you don't have a pen to write with? Same goes for your books. Pack everything in your bag the night before. I know I sound like your mom right now, I know, but it is the easiest way to just like make the morning less stressful, to make sure it's all done, it's all ready to go, okay? Trust me. And my fifth and last tip for an organised school year is to make study notes as you go along. When you've got to revise for history, geography, English, French, science, what else was there? Other subjects. When you've got to revise for all of that, it can be very overwhelming, and it can be very difficult to fit in enough time to go back through like a year's worth of notes and pick out what's relevant. You might also find that by the time you get around to your exams, there are notes in your book from September that mean absolutely nothing to you. The best thing you can do is schedule in some time at the end of the day, like maybe right after you finish your homework, look through the notes that you've made during the school day, and if there's anything in there that like is a new word that you might forget, or is a new concept that maybe you need some reinforcing, write out your own notes on it. Keep all of those in one notebook, maybe have a notebook per subject, so when it comes round to exam time, you already have a full notebook full of notes in your own words. And if it's in your own words, if it's in a format that you find easy to understand, then it is going to be much easier. So I hope you guys found those tips helpful. If you have any organising tips for the new school year that you would like to share, please go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. Help out all your fellow oddballs. Everybody's wondering, help, how do I get organised? What's happening? Is it September already? I hope you guys all have a beautiful school year and enjoy the little smidgen of the summer holidays that is left. And until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.
No.